Hello everyone, Charcoal here, and it's officially Christmas time. You know what that means, cheesy holiday specials. We all remember the classics like Frosty the Snowman or Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Why weren't you at elf practice?
But today, I'm talking about a different one. Let's go back in time a bit. In the 2000s and early 2010s, Hallmark cards had a set of characters under the title Hoops and Yo-Yo. They featured a pink cat named Hoops, a green bunny named Yo-Yo, and their little blue hamster friend Piddles. These guys were basically Hallmark's equivalent of the Minions before the Minions were even a thing. They were mainly used on greeting cards or holiday cards you'd find at CVS or somewhere similar, along with mugs, plushies, and my personal favorite Christmas ornament of all time because I get to annoy the crap out of my parents with it every year. But they also had a website full of e-cards, ranging from heartfelt or silly little greetings to Hoops and Yo-Yo dealing with a white-collar office job to a multi-episode storyline about a giant marshmallow that they stopped making right before the finale, which still pisses me off to this very day. In 2009, Hoops and Yo-Yo were brought to television for the first time on the Hallmark Channel, where they would do little buffers in between holiday movies. And in November 2011, I was ecstatic when they finally got their own TV special. Hoops and Yo-Yo Ruin Christmas is definitely obscure, much like Hoops and Yo-Yo in general these days, but in my heart, it has earned a spot as a Christmas classic. Let's run through the plot. It's Christmas Eve night, and Hoops, Yo-Yo, and Piddles are on their roof spying for Santa Claus. Santa shows up, and while he's in their house, they snoop around in his sleigh because curiosity, I guess. But when Santa comes back, Hoops gets stuck and the trio becomes stowaways as Santa takes off and travels into a wormhole. And I guess if you're gonna try to explain how Santa visits every house on Earth in one night, that's how you do it. Also, they're holding on to each other by their hats. It's a fun visual, but are those hats stapled to their heads or something? Then the trio falls off the sleigh and gets sent down a wormhole to what appears to be the early 1800s, where a young man by the name of Kris Kringle is building a cute little pop-up music box, and then our heroes crash through his roof and destroy it, and he chases them out of the house. Using what little they have, they deduce that they're in the past, the kid in the house is a young Santa Claus, and they need to help him become Santa by winning a contest that'll declare him Master Toy Maker, because the small pile of debris that was thrown out with them just happened to include a flyer for the contest and the Kris Kringle nameplate. How convenient! They convince Kris to let them help fix the music box, and how else to do it but a fun little musical montage that constantly repeats the message.
We'll be friends forever when we work together. We'll be friends forever, side by side by side.
But when they take the box to the fairground the next day, Kris does not enter the contest, but instead gives it to a poor little girl who says she's never had a toy before. Not gonna lie, that's really sweet. I love that. They go back to Kris's cabin where the little girl is waiting for them, and she reveals herself to be some kind of goddess, I guess? The credits only refer to her as the Spirit. The Spirit of Christmas, maybe? Let's go with that. Anyway, she declares Kris Kringle to be Santa Claus and goes through the whole spiel of delivering presents to everyone on Earth in one night, and the gang is excited to go home until Hoops points something out. In order to avoid a universe-ending paradox, they need to not go with the inexperienced Kris Kringle and stay in the past for now so they don't run into their stowaway selves in the wormhole. Kris leaves, and right before Hoops and Yo-Yo can start ruining the timeline by bringing 21st century inventions to the 1800s, present-day Santa shows up to collect them. They go down the chimney, Santa leaves them a new copy of the music box, mega happy ending. So what do I actually think of the special? Well, if this thing was any cheesier, it'd be giving me a heart attack. But it's that good kind of cheesy that leaves you feeling all warm and fuzzy by the end of it, which makes it hard to dislike. The writing isn't that great, it's a pretty basic Christmas story, but it's not bad. I want to mention the songs real quick too. They're pretty standard, but apparently Perry Grip of all people did the vocals for these, and if that name doesn't sound familiar, maybe this does.
It's raining tacos from out of the sky.
The animation also isn't perfect, and for some reason the Spirit is very noticeably animated differently than everyone else, but I love that they styled it to look like the e-cards from the website. They took the Hoops and Yo-Yo everyone knew and gave it a way bigger budget, and the result is kinda cute. There are some moments where the movements feel a little janky, and aside from our main trio, the world is 100% populated by humans for some reason. But there are some scenes that are really well done, the wormhole scene especially. Speaking of our main trio, the fact that the world is completely human makes this pink cat, green rabbit, and blue hamster feel really out of place. And it kinda hammers home the idea that their goal here wasn't so much to make a special about Hoops and Yo-Yo as much as it was to make a simple Christmas special with Hoops and Yo-Yo in it because they were marketable characters at the time. This next point isn't something I personally have a problem with, but it's something I can see bothering other people. Hoops and Yo-Yo have a tendency to yell. A lot.
Oh, we are in so much doo-doo, man. Okay, everybody! Let's just calm down now! Where's our toy? It's gone and so is Chris! I know, where are they? I don't know!
Again, it doesn't bother me, but I think there's a good chance the Hoops and Yo-Yo outsider would find them grating after a while. But, all of that aside, I still like this special. I'll admit that's probably the nostalgia talking more than anything else, but even without that, I think it's alright. At the end of the day, this is not something you should watch with your brain switched on. It's just a nice, harmless, simple, fun, heartwarming Christmas special. Hoops and Yoyo Ruin Christmas wouldn't end up being their final outing on television, as the following year in 2012 they received a Halloween special, Hoops and Yo-Yo's Haunted Halloween. This thing somehow evaded my awareness completely until only a year or two ago, and I definitely want to talk about it, but that's probably best saved for next October. Unfortunately, the final piece of content produced for Hoops and Yo-Yo came in the form of a podcast episode in 2015. I'm not actually sure what happened that caused them to stop producing stuff, but whatever the reason may be, Hoops and Yo-Yo as a franchise has been dormant for the past 8 years. I'd be lying if I said I didn't miss it. It was nice to look back on these characters and what they've left us. And to all of you watching who celebrate, have a great Christmas this year, or whatever holiday you celebrate, if any. In any case, take some time this winter to kick back, enjoy yourself, and spend a few moments with those you hold dear. I myself am beyond thankful for every single one of you. You all are the reason I keep making these videos. Despite this not having been the best year for the channel, I'd say 2023 still went pretty well, and I'm excited to see what 2024 has in store. Thank you for visiting Charcoal's Den, and I'll see you all in the new year. Happy holidays, everyone.